तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। जो श्रीमद् भागवतम prayers. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना हृदयन्तस्थो हि भद्राणि विदुनोति सुहत्सतां नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। तदा रजस्तमो भावा कामलोभादयश्चे चेत एतैरनावृतं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति। एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवद्भक्तियोगतः भगवत्तत्त्वविज्ञानां मुक्तसङ्गश्च जायते। भिद्यते हृदयाग्रन्थेश्चिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशया क्षीयन्ते च कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Seeking all your blessings and prayers to speak something from Srimad Bhagavatam that is beneficial for myself as well as all the participants. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 14, Text 10 and 11 today. So Text 10, Titiruvacha ईशा मां त्वत्कृते विद्वान् कामा अत्ता सारांशना दुनोति दीनं विक्रम्या रम्भम् इव मतन् गजः. I'll read it one more time. Ditir uvacha ईशा मां त्वत्कृते विद्वान् कामा अत्ता सरासनः दुनोति दीनां विक्रम्या रम्भम् इव मतन् गजः. Word by word. Diti uvacha, beautiful Diti said, Ishtaha, all these, mam, unto me. Tvat krite, for you, Vidwan, O learned one, Kamaha, Cupid, Atta, Sarasanaha, taking his arrows, Dunoti, distresses, Dinam, poor me, Vikramya, attacking, Rambham, banana tree, Eva, like, Matam Gajaha, mad elephant. Translation. In that place, the beautiful deity expressed her desire. O learned one, Cupid is taking his arrows and distressing me forcibly, as a mad elephant troubles a banana tree. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Beautiful deity, seeing her husband absorbed in trance, began to speak loudly. not attempting to attract him by bodily expressions. She frankly said that her whole body was distressed by sex desire because of her husband's presence, just as a banana tree is troubled by a mad elephant. It was not natural for her to agitate her husband when he was in trance, but she could not control her strong sexual appetite. Her sex desire was like a mad elephant, and therefore it was a prime duty of her husband to give her all protection by fulfilling her desire. Text 11. Tadbhavandhaya manyam sapati patninam samriddhibihi prajavatinaam bhadram te maya yunktam anugraham. Tadbhavandhaya manyam sapatninam samriddhibihi Prajavatinaam bhadram te maya yungtam anugraham. Word by word. Tat, therefore, Bhavan, your good self, Dhaya manayam, being distressed, sa patninam, of the co-wives, samriddhihi bihi, by the prosperity, prajatinam, of those who have children, bhadram, all prosperity, te, unto you, mai, unto me, ayunktam, do unto me, in all respects, anugraham, favor. Translation. Therefore, you should be kind towards me by showing me complete mercy. I desire to have sons, and am much distressed by seeing the opulence of my co-wives. By performing this act, you will become happy. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In Bhagavad Gita, sexual intercourse for begetting children is accepted as righteous. A person sexually inclined for simple sense gratification, however, is unrighteous. In Diti's appeal to her husband for sex, it was not exactly that she was afflicted by sex desires, but she desired sons. Since she had no sons, she felt poorer than her co-wives. Therefore, Kashyapa was supposed to satisfy his bona fide wife. So this is kind of a switch or a change in the in this chapter 14, where it first, as we know, there is this conversation going on between Maitreya Muni and Vidura, where Vidura had initially inquired in the beginning of the chapter, asking about Hiranya Aksha, how he was killed by Lord Varaha, and what was the cause of their fight, and why was the Lord lifting the earth. So he asked these questions. So then Maitreya Muni, he tells Vidura, he congratulates him for asking such nice questions, that his inquiry, and we see this message repeatedly in the Bhagavatam, whenever a devotee asks about anything related to Krishna, the speaker always appreciates that. They always, tell them that any topic that is related to Lord Hari is welcomed, and it is most benefiting for a living entity. So then we heard yesterday how Diti had approached Kashyapa Muni, because while he was in the middle of his doing his sacrifice, while he was in trance, so it was a very inappropriate time for her to approach him. But now we're hearing Diti's reason, what are her reasons? So that is the change we're seeing. And then this is beginning of kind of like going back, like Maitreya Muni was asked, and it was like kind of like, how we would have like flashback, where it is beginning to describe the events that led the demigods to approach Brahma, what had happened. So this is the beginning of that switch. So now here, DT is in the verse 10, DT is clearly saying that, I am being, this lust, this Cupid is kind of, is torturing me. That's my reason. And then the second in verse 11, she says that I'm distressed seeing the opulence of my co-wives who have children. So, the second reason, she'll give multiple reason, but this is her second reason, that she's almost kind of like she's saying, I'm jealous, like, they all have, and I want, and it's not just she's saying, I want a child. She's very specific. She's saying, I want a son. So, as I think yesterday, Shatrupa Mataji had also mentioned that anytime we read these verses, there's always something practical, a lesson for us to learn. So, in actually, before I get there, I want to go back to Bhagavad Gita. Krishna also actually talks about this having when to have children, who is this Kandarpa. So I want to just read. I wish I didn't get a chance to set up on my screen. It would have been nice to set it up, but I didn't get a chance. So I'll just read from Bhagavad Gita. So just step back. Even yesterday, Shatrupa Mataji mentioned that DT in text 10, she's almost saying like there's this pull, there's this force that is distressing her. It's like forcibly. She's saying, this Cupid is taking his arrows and distressing me forcibly, as mad elephant troubles a banana tree. So this Kshatriya Mataji talked about it yesterday, but in that we see the same thing told by Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, where there is, he says that, he understands what all Krishna is saying, but he almost feels that in text 336, he asks, right? He says that, O descendant of Vrishni, by what one is impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force. So similarly, she's describing that, there's like this force that's pulling her or pushing her to act in this way. So this sexual desire that she has is so strong, and then the analogy is given that like a banana tree is troubled by a mad elephant. So mad elephant, when he is anything, I honestly don't know the connection between the banana tree and mad elephant, but mad elephant, when it's in his rampage, so to speak, he's not looking, who's coming, what's coming in the way, just like tramples everything on the way. So similarly, these sex desires sometimes are so strong that it's like, nothing can stop it. So Krishna in when he's describing his in chapter 10, he describes that of all his opulences that he's talking about, he says that in text 28, 10:28, part of it says, I am Kandarpa, the god of love and of serpents, Amvasaki. So this Kandarpa, this sex desire, is in purport, Prabhupada tells us that the sex desire is for presenting good sons. And therefore, Kandarpa is representative of Krishna. Sometimes sex is engaged in only for sense gratification. Such sex does not represent Krishna. But sex for the generation of good children is called Kandarpa and represents Krishna. So even this, her desire or this Cupid is Krishna himself. And in another in text 7, or in chapter 7, text 11, Krishna also mentions that I am sex life, which is not contrary to religious principles, O Lord of Bharatas. So the sex life, as long as it's performed according to religious principles, and the intention to have is to conceive Krishna conscious children. That what makes a responsible parent. So her deity's warning to have this having this strong sexual appetite is, in one sense, Krishna is saying it's normal, but what is the reason behind it? That is what is not proper. Like deity's intentions are not proper, which is described in text 11. She's desiring to have sons, but what is her reason? Because she's distressed by seeing the opulence of Kashyap's co-wives, which are her own sisters, and so her intention of why she is wanting to have a union is not proper, and then we see the result of it. First, she's approaching Kashyapa Muni at inopportune time in the evening. Yesterday, Shatrupa Mataji went in detail how all the setup is not quite proper. Also, her intention of why she wants to have son is also not proper. And then, we see the results of it. So that's something. And just give me 1 second. Yeah. And then we will yeah. So, we will see that how DT at just kind of going forward a little bit, that she will conceive these twins, which are Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, and how they would terrorize the earth. And where they are actually the gatekeepers. So if we see kind of like a whole picture, I was trying to put the whole picture together personally for myself to understand this whole pastime. That all these events are actually, from what as I was trying to put the whole puzzle together, is actually for Prahlad Maharaj to come and teach us Krishna consciousness. Because so these gatekeepers, the Jaya and Vijaya, they Kumaras, when they go to Vaikuntha, at the gate, they stop them. They feel offended, they curse them, and then they, ask them if you want to have like 100 lives of, right? Something like 100 lives of devotees or 3 lives of being a demon. And then they say, we want 3 lives. So now this first where they are born with Hiranya Aksha and Hiranyakashipu, and Lord Varaha and Lord Nrsimha, they will come. But this deity is the whole thing, that she is the pastime that's happening as it's unfolding. It is actually for Prahlad Maharaj to appear. So that way we can learn from Krishna's devotees how to perform devotional service. So yeah. So yeah, so DT, she will have all these desires, and then she will regret it. And then Kashyapa Muni will give her this benediction that your actually grandson will be a great devotee. So yeah, that is, we have to, I guess, see the whole picture, even though at this time when in practical life, when we see in our own lives, sometimes we see Krishna is doing something that is seems very difficult or unfortunate. But as the time progresses, we can see when we look back that it was for our own good, even though it seems um, not good at this moment. So from Diti's pastime, that's what I was actually capturing, that even though all this seems quite unfortunate that she's doing this and then she's gonna have these demon sons, but her grandson is going to be great. Prahlad Maharaj, who is one of the 12 Mahajans, and then we learned so much from his example of how to surrender to the Lord completely. And then even in her dynasty further, Bali Maharaj is going to be there. So yes, devotees, that's all I have prepared. And I was kind of like a little bit bubble, like a popcorn here and there in my thoughts. I felt like I wasn't able to fully put it together, but I presented from what I've understood. So if you have any further thoughts, if you like to, I mean, I feel like there's so much more obviously can be spoken about this having envy and jealousy towards towards DT having the for with her co-wives. So yeah, but I will stop here for today and we'll just give a few minutes for any reflections or addition. Anything else you'd like to add? And yeah, if nothing else is there, that's also fine. So yeah, Prabhu, if nothing else is there, I'm okay to conclude for today.
I was unable to unmute myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. This is a difficult topic. So, but
It's
yeah,
difficult
definitely,
topic. Yeah.
I mean, Prahlad Maharaj one. So I think, yeah, how Kashyapa, I mean, it still came as a, I mean, there is something good that is happening. So in that whole bad thing, she's going to get those two, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, but still she is going to get a Prahlad as grandson. So
Yeah, it turns out well at the end.
uh,
Thank you, Prabhu. Sure. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhaya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।